Okay, and we are live. Great. Take care. Can you guys just confirm to me in the chats? Hi everyone. Hi. Hi Harish. Hi Ananya. Hi Technofield. Can you just confirm that am I clearly audible and visible? Yes. Perfect. Perfect. Chalo. So yes. Great. 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 Okay. Now in today's session, what we're going to do is we're going to start with the vibe coding execution. Okay, so before we start, I'll just give a simple intro. My name is Ashwadan Singh, and I'm going to be taking this session for you guys today. So before jumping into the session, I'll give you some idea as to why exactly we're conducting this. The idea is simple, that a lot of students come to me and they're like, sir, uh, we have created the project and we have done all the things, we've added that to the resume, but still I'm not getting any calls. Why is that? And then I ask them, can you show me your projects or things like that? I've taken multiple interviews and I see the same thing going on. A lot of people mention that I've created an end-to-end project, but I miss the end-to-end part. They have created the front end, they have created the back end. They don't know how to integrate the thing, and they're deploying it just on your local servers, right? On their local host. So that's not a up to ready website. In today's session, what we have planned is to create an end-to-end website. And I get a lot of messages from people from LinkedIn that, sir, I am from non-technical background. Will I be able to understand the session and things like that? So best thing about this session is you be of any platform, you be of any you be of non-tech background, tech background, everyone will be able to understand that, because this session is designed to be vibe coded. Okay, so we're going to do vibe coding. Along with that, we're going to do the deployment. And for our benefit, we have tied up with Google, and they are going to give us $5 credit. Very simple. Got it? We're going to get the credits. I'm going to tell you how exactly to get the credits and how to avail that, all those things. Just give me some time. Okay. Ciao. So without further ado, few things that you need to know. Firstly, you need to have Google anti-gravity. Okay, you need to download Google anti-gravity. Download the anti-gravity in the time being, and I'll show you how exactly you can avail the credits. Got it? So for that, just for that, I have created a fresh account for Google, and I'll share my screen with you guys. Is my screen clearly visible? Great, great, great. Now, as I mentioned, first of all, you need to download anti-gravity. Okay, anti-gravity is a must. And once you have installed anti-gravity, you will see that you will need to sign into the certain platform. Once you have signed up, you're good to go. Okay. So the people who haven't done that, please do that in the time being so that we can go ahead and avail the credits and all those things. Now, see, for each credit, we have a certain limit. Okay. That first 500 people are just going to avail that certain credit. And we have a lot of credits for that. So don't worry about that certain thing. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to drop the links one by one. Okay, so first link, once the entire link is consumed and everyone has availed that, we will pass on to the next link. Okay, ciao. Now let's jump and see how we can avail that certain credit. Understand that we need to use Google Console here. So you can just type Google Console and you will reach to that certain platform. Okay, you need to sign in, you need to do all those things. Since I freshly created the account, so I'll show you how exactly it's going to look like for you if you are an end user and you're trying that for the very first time. See, now the session link is provided to you. Okay, I'll show you how the link is going to be and how you can avail that. So 1 second, let me just use that link. Let me just avail that certain link and start with the execution. 1 second. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to take one link and we'll be sharing this link one by one to you guys, and I'll just paste that certain link. Once you get the link, you just need to paste that to your browser. You need to sign into the cloud run. If you're there for the very first time, it may ask for a simple sign in and things like that. And once you do that, you will see that this is the session ID that we have created. So we have multiple session IDs for that. And once you see Once you click on this click to access the credits, you will have the credits with you. Understand that if you're not able to exhaust the credits or you're not consuming the credits, after a deadline of 180 days, the credits would be removed from your account. Okay. So you simply click here to access the thing and you will reach to this platform. This is the application platform. Now, since I am joining this for the very first time, since I'm applying on Google Cloud for the very first time, you will get this kind of pop-in. Okay. So don't directly jump to Google Cloud and try to sign up an ID. Rather go through this platform. You will have a much more better idea. Now I'll choose the idea that yeah, this is my account, this is the India, and then I will accept that. You will see that the cloud name, first name, last name, everything would be installed along with the coupon code that is pre-installed, and this is invite only. That means we only can give you the link, and then only you will be able to access that. Once you have done that, you simply need to click on accept. Okay, I need to give a last name. Let's go with ABC, since this is a temporary account, and that's it. Accept and continue. You will see credit successfully applied, right? And you will reach to this certain platform. Okay. You will see it will take a bit amount of time if you are accessing that for the very first time. You can rerun it, you can reload it, and you will be at this certain platform. In the overview, right now it's setting up in the background, so you won't be able to see anything, but it may show that $0, $0, $0. So you must be wondering that did I receive the credits or not. For that, you need to go to the credit section. Okay, you need to go to the credit section and you will be able to see an issued credit. Okay, you'll be able to see an issued credit. You can see try GCP instrument credit. You have 100% available. The dollar limit is $5. Original value is $5. Is a one-time application. Okay, again, I just showed you the entire idea. Once you click on avail the tokens, you will be forwarded to this certain platform. There you'll see $0, $0, and you must be getting wondered at what exactly is happening. Don't worry, if you go to the credit section, there you will be able to see that how exactly the credits are looking like. Okay. Again, to echo the entire thing that I mentioned, we started with the idea that we're going to give you the link. You're going to create a fresh Gmail ID or whatever be the personal email ID that you have created. Once you have done that, we will give you the link. You'll click on that certain link and you'll be redirected to the portal. There you need to sign in using your Google ID. You just need to click on continue and again accept and continue and you will be redirected. Okay, you just need to give your first name, last name. The invite link would be already accepted. The coupon code would be already applied. You just need to click on agree and continue and it will be redirecting to this certain page. Now I want your idea about that. No worries, I'll repeat. Ronaldo, can you just uh, tell me if the backend team can you guys just share the link once again, the first link? Backend team JFG, can you just give the link once again so that the people who just received can get that? I'll talk about that, Kushal. We'll be dropping the first link. Okay, and I want you to guys just spam on that and check on that. And once you have done that, you are not able to access that certain credit, that means the limit has been exhausted. Then we'll pass on to the next one. Okay, no worries, I'll pass the first link. Okay, fail to get the credit. Okay, authentication done, great. Okay, uh I don't understand. Okay, quickly let's get into the idea again. So what we're going to do is we're going to give out the links to you guys and we want you to access that entire thing. Again, the idea is simple. You just need to have a fresh email ID. Once you get that link, click on that certain link. You will be redirected to a browser in which you need to log in with your Google ID. And once you have done with that authentication, everything, the code, your name, and everything would be installed. You just need to click on accept and continue, and it would be showing credited. And you'll be redirected to a platform like this. Overview, it may take some time to set up if you're going for the very first time. This is the console. Just to check if you have received that or not, you will go to the credit section. And in the credit section, you can see that the credits has been applied for that. Okay. Fail to get credit for the event. Got it? Okay. No worries. We'll be sending you the fresh link in the meanwhile. Don't worry. The team is providing you the links. And I know this activity will take some time. Before we actually jump to the execution portion, I want you all to get the credits first. Then we will talk about the certificate criteria and what you need to submit. And we will now next move to the ideation phase. Can we apply to use two links? No, please. If you can just use one link since others also are trying to avail the same thing. Don't worry, $5 would be enough for you for one session. And it's not like you can host one website or like that one web app. You can deploy multiple web apps on the same $5 limit. Okay. Fail to get the credits. Got it. No worries. The team will share the third credit link, and we're moving ahead with the next links. Okay. What to do when the credits are availed? So once the credit you have received the credits, you can just download anti-gravity, log in into the anti-gravity. So once you download the anti-gravity, you will be able to see you have a sign-in portal. You can just sign in through that, and now your anti-gravity is ready. In the meanwhile, we're just waiting for the others to avail the credit so that I don't go ahead. Once everyone has gotten the credits, then again let's move forward again. Otherwise, what would happen? A lot of people would be left behind, and then that would not be helpful. How to install anti-gravity? Very simple. Just download anti-gravity, download, and you will be redirected to this kind of portal, Google Anti-Gravity. Click on download. Okay. And you have certain options that are you on Mac OS, are you on Windows, are you on Linux? So if you're working on a Windows, you can select which version is it. Okay. Is it a Intel chip or is it not Intel chip? If it's an Intel chip, then you can go with x64. Otherwise, you can go with ARM64. As in when you click on this, the downloading will start and you can just configure on that. It's very simple. One more idea, someone mentioned that, so why exactly we're using anti-gravity? So understand this thing that we're going to go with an agent builder mode now. And this agent is going to do the coding for us. Okay. We'll talk about this in a much more deeper aspect once we get the credits. Don't worry here, we'll give you the different credit links. Failed to get the credit links, no issues. Credit shows redeemed. Okay, got the credits. Great, great, great. No worries. Nitin, Javudi, Krishna, we'll share the links once again. We'll share the different links and please be prompt and just instantly click on that certain link and try to build that certain link. No issues, don't worry. Okay, got it. Great, great, great. Sir, I'm availing it from my existing Gmail ID. No, that's absolutely okay. You can go with any Gmail ID. Okay. GCP credit. Yeah, great. So you also received that. Okay. So I'm availing from my no issues with that. You can go ahead with that. Got my credits. Thank you, sir. Great, great, great. Installing anti-gravity, I request you to wait for a few minutes. I am definitely waiting. Don't worry. In anti-gravity, it is showing which setup should I go for. VS Code or Start Fresh. You can go with VS Code if you're an avid coder. Okay, if you're an avid coder, you have code before, you're from the technical background, you can pull up from the VS Code. What it will do is in the VS Code, all the MCP servers that you have installed, all the extensions that you have been using, it would be imported directly to your anti-gravity. And even if you're a fresh person, non-technical person who has absolutely no idea and never worked on this, no worries. You can simply click on Start Afresh. Downloading, great. I also have, do I need to, no, you don't need to reinstall all those things. No. If you have anti-gravity, just wait for a couple of minutes until everyone receives the links and the credit links and all those things. Okay. It's showing, what is the difference between anti-gravity? What was the question? On anti-gravity, do we sign in with Google or using Google? Using Google, you will have to sign in. Okay. After this, I will be able to claim the new. Yeah, you will be able to. Okay. So we have passed another link in the chats for the people who have not yet received the $5 credit link. We have just shared another link. You can just avail that. get credit and also install it. Great, Rudra. What's the difference between anti-gravity and Google AI Studio? I have the entire deck ready, guys. Just 1 second, we'll be talking about all those things. How to set up anti-gravity? Again, as I mentioned, uh, Saikat, if you have been coding for the before also, you can directly, if you're using VS Code, you can simply click on import from VS Code. It will load up all the things from the VS Code. As simple as that. Okay, if you're coding for the very first time, you can simply write start afresh. Then it will ask you to sign in with the Google ID, right? So you can just click on sign in with the Google ID. There is another option that do you want to go with the GCP cloud server? You don't need to go for that. Simply click on Google sign in and it will be able to do that. What is the procedure for getting the what is the procedure for 1 second? Where was the question? Okay. Okay. So what is the procedure of getting that certain credits? It's very simple in the chat box. If people who are coming late, uh, right. So if anyone has just received the credit, we'll just give out the links. You just need to click on that certain link and you'll be redirected to a page where you will be asked for Google authentication. You will do the Google sign in and everything would be pre-filled, your name, your last name, and the invite coupon and all those things. You just need to simply click on agree and continue and you will be redirected to this portal, okay, to this overview portal. And here you will see that what is the cost, what is the saving, what is the total cost, and all those things. If you go down to the credit section here, you will be able to see that the credit has been provided to you. This up till this point and download anti-gravity, okay, and download anti-gravity in the time being. Then we will avail further. People who have got the can we do it on Jupyter notebooks? See, Jupyter notebooks are no longer going to help here because we're going to create a front end, we're going to create a back end, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Tailwind. We're going to use all those applications. Definitely, for a non-technical person who does not know this, we will obviously not be coding everything from our hand. We'll just rather use vibe coding for this certain idea. So we cannot go with Jupyter notebooks here. Which all MCP server to configure, I'll just let you know. Okay. So once you have downloaded the anti-gravity, okay, there are few things. Okay. You can go to the cloud console. Okay. There are two ways. One is the hard way and one is the simple way. Now, once you go to the Google console, you will be able to see, okay, you will be able to see that you need to click on, just copy this with the front link. You need to select a project, okay, because right now what is happening is the credits are installed to you, okay. Got your credits? Okay, so we're moving to the one step ahead. We're going one step ahead. Just look at this. In the timing, we'll be giving you more such coupons. Now, understand that once you have taken the credit, you now have the credit in your Gmail account, okay, but you need to access that credit to a certain project, and this project will help you to deploy the certain things and all those things. So understand it very simply. You have the credits now, but you need to use those credits inside a certain project. And right now, since this is a fresh account, if you're using a constant account, you will see multiple projects being shown. But for me, since it's a fresh account, so I will just click on new project and I'll create a new project. Okay. So let's say in your free quota, you just have 12 projects that you can create at once. I'll take, say, Google run trials. Okay. And since I'm not going with any organization, I'm simply going to click on create. And it is going to create that certain for me. You can see the project is being created. If you just click on select project, you'll be able to see that, yeah, now the project has been created. Okay, you can see the everything that is being used, like what is the apps being used, what APIs are being used for this certain thing, and everything. Yeah, a lot of things are there in the platform. You can see definitely Google has a lot of products, but majorly we're going to use Cloud Run today, and Cloud Run is the one which will help you to deploy all the things that you need. Okay, again, you can just simply see that Google Run trials we have created. Even if you just go to the home page, you will be able to see that try for free. No, no, no. Okay, just click on this. You will be able to see to the certain place. Yeah. Now, in this, if I just go back, right here in the cloud run, we're going to deploy all those things, and here everything is mentioned. So again, if you just go to the billing section here, you have all the different services that we have provided. If you just go to the billing section, you will be redirected to this certain page, right? Manage a billing account. You have a lot of options. Now, since we created a project, we have created a project and now the credits are also there, so we need to configure and tell the system that okay, this is the credit that needs to be used in this certain project. Okay, that is automatically done by Google, but you can also manually do that if you have a lot of different uh, projects that you have created. So simply click on account management and you will see that yeah, this is the project ID and this is the credits that you have. Okay, if you click on actions, you have an option to disable the billing. You can change the billing and things like that. Why is it being used? Again, understand the entire idea that you can have multiple projects, okay, and you just have a single $5 credit billings account. This billing account needs to be applied on a certain project. Once you have done that, then you will be able to apply cloud run and all those things into that certain thing. Got it? So supposedly you have a lot of multiple projects lined up and you want that, okay, for this new project that I've created, I want to avail this certain credits into that. So you can just go to the overview section, you can go to the account management, and you will be able to see Google Run Trial. You have an option, you can disable the billing, you can change the billing. Once you click on change billing, you will have options. Okay, so no other, since I don't have any other billing accounts right now, I don't have any other platforms also, hence it has automatically configured that for you. If you are doing for the very first time, you just can go to this option of account management, project name, project ID. In the action section, you have an option of disable billing, change billing, and lock billing. This will be able to do that. But if you're creating a new ID or you're creating a new project and just availing the coupon, it will directly be configured to that certain thing. Okay, $5 credited, great, great, great. How to create a new? How to create a new? Okay, okay. So if you go here, people, someone who was asking that, go to the Google Cloud, you have an option to select a project. Okay, here you have an option of creating a new project, and you can just simply click on that and you will be able to redirect to that certain. Now you can see that this project is being active right now. This is the ID, this is the type, and everything is mentioned here. Okay, obviously I have a lot of things here. I can change my account, I can build an account, what you want to use, you can create a storage, and a lot of things are provided from Google. But we are going to just simply go back to our simple idea and we're going to avail these coupons. Okay, now I hope you guys have received the coupons up till now, and in the time being we are also giving out the credits. Okay, can't find the account manager option. Account manager, no worries. If you just go to the cloud service, if you go to the billing section, you will be able to see the overview. Okay, if you, okay, so I'll give this email ID. I'm just sharing that certain link in the chats. If you just click on this certain link, you will be redirected directly to the section in which the billing information is provided, and then you can go to the account manager and select these options. Obviously you need to configure, you need to play with the platform a bit so that you can understand that where that exactly certain thing is. Will the video be available? Yeah, the video will be available, but again, I just want that you just avail the credit so that you can try that out later, because then the credits would not be available. You just see the video. Okay, I have a lot of credits from other platforms. So how to differentiate it? See, uh, okay. Someone asked a good question. Sheikh asked a good question that I have a lot of different credits from Google. How will I know what credits those are? See, exactly the credits that we are giving you are Google Cloud credits. Okay, in the billing section or in the credit section, you can see that what type of credit it is. Okay, you can see the usage scope, you can see all the information, and if you configure over there, you'll be able to see it's a GCP try credit. Okay, the status and everything is mentioned. Within that, if you install any other, if you have any other token, here itself you will be showing that what exactly are the usage scopes for that certain thing is. The services will be mentioned. Since I have just one of the credit list being listed here, it is not showing any service. It's showing any service on this billing account. But if you go for a certain thing, you will be able to see that, yeah, this is just for GCP, this is just for Cloud Run, this is just for like that. Similarly, our $5 need to be consumed on the Cloud Run. Okay, and I'll show you how exactly that is. Okay, it's showing 9 projects remaining. Okay, that means you have created 3 to 4 projects. So already, no worries to that, Dave. You can just configure. You can have multiple projects. You just need to configure the project ID in that. Plain Google Country setup. So what next? Okay. How many of you can you just write in the chats if you have not received the credits so that we can move ahead in the picture? Everyone has received the credits. Got great. Could you repeat how to apply credit on the new? Okay, sorry. Yes. Okay. So what we are going to do is we are going to simply move ahead in the picture, and we have given ample amount of time, like 27 minutes for this thing. So I am hoping that you guys have gotten the credits. Even if you haven't, we still have some credits with you. So we'll be dropping that in the chat box. My backend team will help you with that. They will give you the credit links, and the people who have not yet credited or have not yet received the credit link, just simply click on that and avail the credit. And it's a humble request, people who have already claimed that account, people have already claimed the $5, please don't try to again and again claim, because yeah. Okay, great. Chalo. Now, once we are done with this and you have configured your anti-gravity, now we're going to do the vibe coding and we're going to create a certain website. Before that, I want to talk to you about what exactly is the certification criteria and what exactly why we are using vibe coding and all those things. Okay. 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 So this is the certificate that you guys are. There's a certificate that you guys are going to get. Now, how to avail this certain certificate and what are the credits and what you're going to get the certificate, you're going to get some badge. How to get that, I'll let you know. Very simply, people who have availed this coupon, people who are in this workshop, we are going to give you some timeline. I'm going to create a project. I'm going to show you how to create a project. There's no such criteria that you need to create the same project, but majorly we want you to use those credits, create a vibe coding website or whatever be the application that you're building. Use vibe coding, use anti-gravity for all those things. And for the end-to-end part, you need to deploy that to the Cloud Run. And once you do that, your link would be public. It's not like it's going to be working on your local host itself. It's going to be out there into the internet. That's what we want. So you must be wondering that, sir, how will I get the certificate and the badge? Very simply, we are going to give you a window of 48 hours. After the session is ended today, a window of 48 hours is provided to you. After 48 hours, we're going to give you a form to your mail ID. Obviously, you need to check your mail ID for that. We'll give you a form. In that form, you need to make certain submissions. What are the submissions that you ask? First, you need to give me the web app link. Obviously, you've created the front end, the back end, and you've deployed that using Google Cloud. I want the web app for that. Okay, and we will configure it so that it is public, so that everyone can access that, so that I can access that. Later, I want you to give me the screenshot of your credit consumption. Okay, after 2 hours, after 2 days, definitely I want you to be active on that certain website. Keep on accessing those websites, increasing the traffic, right, so that the tokens are being consumed. And once it's consumed, I want you to take a screenshot for that certain thing and share it with us. And we want, once you have that, we also want that you provide that entire thing on a LinkedIn post, that okay, we have done this session, what you have learned in that session, and we want you to use these certain hashtags like Google with GFG, anti-gravity, and tag us, tag the team, tag Geeks for Geeks, and just tag Google. That's it. Do you want the link for that certain LinkedIn post also? Three things we want. First thing, First thing that we want is that you guys give us the web app link. Second would be the credit consumption screenshot, and third would be the LinkedIn post that you do. Again, don't forget, use these hashtags, Google with hashtag anti-gravity and all those things. Got it? Sure. Fail to get credits. Fail to get credits. No issues. We are going to, the backend team is going to provide you more such credits. So just be active on the link and you will see those credits. Click on avail. Okay. Now, again, I hope now you understood the idea of what exactly you're going to do. So simply let's talk about certain jargons that are existing and some theoretical idea as to why we are doing that and how to do that so that we can move to the ideation and the execution phase. Okay. Uh, where will we get, I'll talk about this jet, where to do that. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay. Can you tell us where how to get the certificate? I'll quickly just summarize that once again. Sir, I joined the workshop. Okay. Okay. Quickly, I'll summarize. This is the certificate that you guys are going to get and a badge. How to do that? Once you have done this certain section, you have a deadline of 48 hours. Within that 48 hours, we want you to deploy that certain website on Google Cloud. We want three things from you to get this certificate. First is that you provide us with the web app link, the deployed web app link on the Google Cloud. Second, we want the credit consumption link. Like if I show you, this is how the credits are looking like. Right, this is how the credits are looking like. So we just want a screenshot after 2 days. Obviously, you need to hit the traffic on that certain website so that we can see that the consumption is being active or not. Definitely, I'm going to create not that heavy of a website, but you can create a website in which you have multiple endpoints, right? And that can consume these credits. So we want the screenshot of the credits displaying that, yeah, your website is integrated with a lot of things and yeah, it is working perfectly. So we want the screenshot for that. And third, we want just a LinkedIn post from you guys displaying that, yes, you have done this certain project so that these three elements will, yeah, these three elements will be the idea that you need to do. Yeah, done. Chalo. I'll talk about that, Jet. Okay. Now, let's start the session. So we're going to do vibe coding with Google AI. First of all, what exactly is the term vibe coding? What exactly is the term vibe coding? What do you understand by vibe coding, guys? Got the credits, great team. Definitely, I'll share that to you towards the end. What do you understand with vibe coding, guys? Now, be active, be prompt in the chat so that I can get an idea. What do you understand by vibe coding? Anybody? Vibe coding using AI to code. Coding without actually coding. Creating a coding using AI instinct. Okay. Doing everything with AI. Okay. Coding for fun. Okay. We just video. Got it. So, what exactly is vibe coding? The term was coined by Andre Kaparthi in 2025. The idea was simple. Vibe coding is an approach to build the web apps and build the websites using just your natural language. What exactly is natural language? You just simply need to tell what you want to build, and that's it. The building is done. A lot of people say that the next generation of coding is to speak English, right? English is the next coding language. Why is that? Because you just need to give in your natural language, you need to give a prompt that what you need to do, and the AI orchestrator, the multi-agent system are going to obviously work on that and they're going to build that certain thing from you. You give the instruction in simple language, hey, build me an XX app that do Y, right, to an agentic platform and builds the code for you entirely from scratch, right? In most cases, you can go with the simple idea to a live app preview in just 15 minutes. No programming, no coding required. This is what your vibe coding is all about. Okay, and hence the name vibe coding. Because we're not exactly coding, we're just giving the system prompt in the natural language, and it is going to do that. So who should do this? Now understand this infrastructure that I talk with this. A lot of people are constantly asking me that, sir, now vibe coding is going in the picture. What should be the case? How should we do that? What exactly is going to be the case? So I tell them a simple idea that, see, they are wondering that AI is going to take our job and things like that, right? So the simple idea for me is you need to understand now the infrastructural idea, okay, how the entire architecture is going to look like. See, now you don't need exactly to be a great coder, but you need to be a great architect. Okay, what exactly does an architect mean? You know what your final goal is going to look like. You know you're going to employ this website. This is what the background is going to look like. These are the features that it is going to have. What else you can integrate? You're going to check the test case and all those things, and you're just going to tell the AI assistant to do that, and they will integrate those test cases. So definitely you need to understand the architecture of the entire thing. Coding first, thinking later. This approach needs to change. First thinking and then coding. You need to know what exactly you want. You can take examples from the reference websites that you see. A lot of different websites are made, Zara, H&M, whatever we are. Let's say you're creating a clothing brand. You can check the options that you have Zara, you have your H&M and all those websites. You can just check how things are. What is the thing that is the USP? Why people are going to their website? So that integrating those things are easy for you. Okay, you just need to use natural languaging and it will be able to create the entire vibe coded application for you. Great. So this is the handbook for developers and builders who want superpowers, developers who have the technical idea, they want to accelerate the implementation, and builders who are like the product manager, design manager, consultants who have absolutely no idea with the technical field. They are also creating great websites, right? Great web apps, great applications just because of this. Okay. So let's see how it looks like. What was the traditional way? You learn the complex system, you learn the languages, you develop the month and month prototype, and you get stuck with simple bugs. Go to Stack Overflow, go to an LLM model, give you entire idea that what we're doing and all those things, right? What is the vibe coding way? You describe the idea in simple plain English, build a fully functional website. Once the code is getting laggy or it's getting some bugs, you can just simply click on fix and it will do that. It's as simple as that. Okay. And definitely there is a requirement of that in the market also. You'll see a lot of people who are entrepreneurs, right? They're moving to this approach. And I see a lot of entrepreneurs coming out to me and reaching out to me, and they're mentioning that, sir, we have created this entire thing, right? We have created this entire thing. Yeah, it's totally into token gambling and things like that. So they have created the entire website, they have created the prototype website, and they're pitching that to their firms or in their funding events, and they're getting the funding, right? And then they are either hiring the team of developers who are also using vibe coding, but with the idea of the infrastructural idea, that how the infrastructure is going to look like, how the architecture is going to look like, and they scale up using that. The time has reduced, right? The time has reduced, the efforts has reduced, and the things is being created in a much more faster manner. That is the path that we are taking in nowadays time. And definitely people who are just still with the idea that we need to first learn coding and all those things, definitely it's needed, but you should also explore this traditional path, like this path which everyone is following. Okay. So people are building their own web apps, and you can see how they're showing the craft and creativity and bringing the new ideas to life. And you can see that, yeah, vibe coding is now a real job, right? We have vibe coders who are doing the real job later. So Google helps you provide the three main applications for that. First is the intent, okay. Second is the build, and third is the publish. These are the three components if you're going with any project. You need to think what you need to make, you need to build, you need to publish. I'll give you a simple idea. I'll give you a simple idea how the entire project idea looks like. First, you have a product manager or a project manager who talks about the technical aspect, all the requirements, and everything that you need from the team, right? And those things are prepared into a PRD kind of system. What is PRD, guys? What is PRD? Let's see how many non-technical person and technical persons are here. What does PRD means, guys? What is PRD? Project requirement document, right? A product requirement document. Similarly, you have something known as FRD, right? Similarly, there's something known as FRD, right? So what your product managers do is, or your project managers do is, or your technical managers do is, first they create this document, right? That okay, this is what needs to be done. This is the name of the website. These are the tech stacks that we're going to use. These are the functionalities that we need. How the folder structure is going to look like. All those things are included in an FRD. Once you have that, then your developers team sit together and they're like, okay sir, what do we want to do next? So you, the product manager or the lead assistant, will assign each and every task that you are going to handle the implementation, you're going to handle the backend, you're going to handle the AI portion, you're going to handle the DevOps, you're going to handle the operational, you're going to handle the networking and things like that. All the tasks are divided. Then those are the team leaders for that certain team. They divide, delegate the work and the different things. This is how we work in a industry. In the industry, how this is being executed. Now, what is happening is we're just creating using these AI. First of all, we are thinking the solution, what you want. Okay, there are two ways in which people are using AI, and that just boils my blood. First is simply writing, "Hi Google, create this website for me. I want to create a website with the UI, this, and that's it. Create a ultra luxurious brand website, click enter, and start to do that." This is not the correct way of doing that. First, you need to have a structural idea. Yeah, the better the idea you are going to build, and then you complain Google, or you complain your LLM that why is it not working well. LLM can only work with the amount of information that you give. If your information is here, the result would be here. If your information and the context and the entire prompt is good, your execution would also be good. Good. First thing is the intent. So we create this PRD, we create this FRD. Once we have this thing ready, then we move ahead to the building portion. Okay. So Google provides you this thing also. You have Stitch, you have Gemini, and you can definitely ask them to do the prompting. I'm not sure if you guys are following the trends, but there was a prompt wars also going on. I don't know how many of you were there, but yeah, there was a prompt war also going on there, and a lot of people who were there in the prompt war, they understood one thing: how exactly you need to create these prompts. Right, the better the prompt you give, the better your idea would be. So we're going to use a simple. I'm going to just be a complete layman, and I'm going to show you how we're going to create a simple prompt. Then we'll move from that prompt, we'll go to the build section. Okay, in the build section, we're going to create the entire idea. Definitely, once the PRD is ready, we need to move that to the agentic system and tell that this is the idea, create an implementation plan, and work on that. Okay, and we have different tools like AI studios, we have anti-gravity that are going to do the entire building for us. Once you have built the entire thing, you will move to the production or the publishing side. Here you can deploy that on the cloud website uh, so that you can simply publish that to the web and people can directly start to use the entire thing. As simple as that. Okay, these are the three steps: think, build, and publish. In the thinking stage, we're going to create the prompt, use FRD, use a PRD, move to the building stage, give the LLM model the idea or the intuition and everything, then move to the publishing stage where the entire thing is just placed on the internet so that it is publicly available to all. And we're going to follow these steps. So definitely you have AI studios which will help you with the rapid prototyping. You can just simply write what you want and it will show you the preview in section. Then you move to the next step, like this is the progressive path. Very new, go with the AI studios. Middle or intermediate, you go with anti-gravity. If you're a complete beginner, you're a complete expert, you can go with CLI. Okay. Now, what is this AI studio? Simply you just go to AI studio and you can just type what you want to do. I'll show you AI studios. I'm sure you guys have explored this. This is your AI studio. You can simply write what you want to build, click on enter, and it will show you. Like simply create a luxurious brand website. for clothing. If I just simply mention this thing and just click on control and enter, it will understand and it will start to create that. The best part, it will give you a preview section in which you can see how the website is being deployed, how it is being built. Okay. And you can select this design if you want to go with this. I'll select design. It is creating, understanding the metadata first. It is creating a JSON file. This is exactly how we do also in the production level. We create the meta file, we create the implementation steps, and keep on following each and every simple steps. Right. So this is for people who are completely beginners, because it will create that in such a speedy manner, and you can see the working, the live website, and everything. Okay. So yeah, once you have created this, this is the first step. The next step is using anti-gravity. Now anti-gravity is using VS Code and all those things. VS Code temperament, in which you code the entire thing. You have a terminal, right? You can create a terminal. The terminal is working and everything is done out there, right? And the third step is to actually go with Gemini CLI. I don't know how many of you know about this, but if you're using a CLI, you can just simply install Gemini CLI, and it's very simple. You just need to install Node and the dependencies. And once you're done with that, if you just click on Gemini, you'll be able to see. Yes, everything depends on the code prompt. You'll be able to see that it will start up the Gemini CLI, and you can see this is the CLI that is working on. Okay. See, this is the CLI that it is working on. It will check all the application. You can simply just type and it will be able to do that. The best part, it has the entire access to your local system. So if you even ask it that, okay, in my desktop, create a new folder. In that folder, like add this thing, remove that thing, everything, or created a vibe coding website, everything can be done. These are the three steps. If you're a complete beginner, you can go with this AI Studio. If you are intermediate to beginner to intermediate, this is the thing for you, anti-gravity. And if you're a pro, you can go with CLI. CLI is very good, I'm sure. Right. Next, now we're going to work on the anti-gravity section. Okay. Simply, I'll just quickly finish this and then we'll move ahead. Definitely you can see the starting points. If you're a beginner, no skill, no code, low code, simple prompt will do that, right? Anti-gravity, engineering mission, beginner to level, beginner to advance. You have autonomous agents, and we'll talk about what exactly that is. And then finally you have terminal based development, who are Gemini CLI. If you've seen coders, uh, great coders, they just don't use the system. They just, you will see, they won't use the mouse even, they'll just use the keyboard and do the typing. That's how we roll, right? This is how the people are using CLI. Again, some glossary terms, because I'm going to constantly call these things out, so you should have an idea. Okay, right. So you should have an idea that what exactly we're going to talk about. So in the glossary, there are certain terms that are being used again and again, like vibe coding, shift from writing manual code to an orchestrating intent. You provide the vibe or the goal of the style or things like that to the AI handle, and it implements the implementation. That's your vibe coding. Next is agentic AI. You must have heard this. What is agentic AI? Use this agentic AI. We are building an agentic AI system. So AI models that don't just chat but take actions. Okay. Uh, I don't use my mouse, guys. I'm Loki, great coder. My mouse is broken. Okay. Anyways, so what is agentic AI? Understand that if I just open up Chat GPT, I'll simply give you an idea and then we'll move ahead. If I ask Chat GPT that, let's say, I am planning for a trip to Goa, right? Plan me an itinerary for, let's say, 3 days, or let's say I'm going for 5 days or 6 days. Okay. And my budget is, let's say, 10,000. Okay. This is your simple LLM model. Now we'll understand the difference between LLM and an agentic solution. You can see that, okay, to fit this, this is your stay, this is your food. You can first arrive and chill. You can reach Goa, check in at the stay, chill at the beach, right? Don't party, obviously. North Beach, you can go to Anjuna Beach and all these different beach. Third day, you can do some water activities. You can visit the things. You can go to these shopping areas and exit. Right. This is your simple LLM model. If you just ask it to do simply, it's a general LLM. It will just tell you, okay, this is how the work is going to look like. Next, I ask it that can you book these things for me? If I ask, can you book the tickets for the water activities? If I ask, can you book the visit for like the Anjana beach? Or can I say that can you book the scooty for me? It won't be able to do that, right? And hence, this is the differentiation between your normal AI models and your agentic AI. Agentic AI is derived with a certain idea, okay, that you need to book this ticket, you need to do this, or you need to do something like that. That is the agentic AI. Then you must have heard tokens. A lot of people were spamming in the chat that, okay, token is the new game, token and quotas and things like that. Simple idea is tokens are the fuels. The more tokens you use, the less you have the limit left for. That means if you ask what, like I mentioned, what is the like the trip plan a trip to Goa? It is using consuming some tokens and then it is answering that for you. Once the tokens are over, it won't be able to answer that to you. Okay. What is model context protocol? This is the one that we're going to use. Understand? Model Context Protocol is the universal connector that allows your AI agents to securely see and use your local files. Now, see, there are two ways of doing this deployment. One is going through the official channel of Google console and writing the pesky commands like gcloud, init, gcloud, initialize, and all those things, right? And one way is just to ask the AI agent that, please, can you do the deployment for me? And it will handle the deployment, everything, right? That is a universal connector. So if it has the access to your Google account, if it has the access for your cloud server, and just simple prompt, and it will do that for you. How it is able to do that? How does it has the access? This is the something known as an MCP. Okay, MCP is a connector which will connect your cloud run and your anti-gravity together. And now your anti-gravity has direct access to your cloud run. How to do that? So if you go to the agent section here, if you explore and you just zoom in a bit so that you guys can also see that. If you go to the sections in the additional options, okay, you have customizations. Definitely you can customize the entire idea and all those things. You have something known as an MCP server. Okay. Yes, we'll be using MCP for Cloud Run. Now, inside that, you will see a lot of options like Firebase, GenKit, BigQuery, Dart. All these are the applications. I'll simply go to Cloud Run and I'll install this out. Okay. And I'll install the Cloud Run MCP. That means it is going to be an existing connector. Okay. If now the Cloud Run is enabled, right? The Cloud Run is enabled and the MCP server is there. So now I have the connector between my Cloud Run and my system. Anti-gravity now has access to that certain thing. But understand one more thing, that I have just logged in on the anti-gravity. I have not given the authentication for my Cloud Run. Okay. So what do I want? I need to initialize this first. I need to authenticate. I need to log in into that certain thing so that the Cloud Run is ready to be used. How to do that? Again, there are certain ways. Let's ask GPT itself. But I'll tell you simple idea. You need to install uh, gcloud CLI. Okay, this is your Google Cloud CLI that needs to be installed. This installation will actually in turn help you do entire thing. Okay, one second, yeah. Okay. Definitely, I don't need to use this. I will just go back to the different version that I was using. Okay. Again, I don't need to do this. It will ask for some credits and things like that. Start free. No, I'll not go for this. No worries. So, what I was saying is, you need to authenticate that. Okay, you need to download the CLI. So, I will say, can you check my Cloud Run status of this day. And now you can see the agents are being working. I'll talk about the entire system, what this agentic system is. Definitely you can see the agent manager here, and the agent manager will show you what current chats are being going on. Okay, so I have used some previous chats, and you can see what is the conversation history. Right now, if you go to that certain history, you will understand that it is creating the agent. You can see in the editor it is understanding, it is running the commands. Okay, and it needs access for you to run this certain command. If I run this, okay. Definitely, the best idea about vibe coding is you don't need to actually go ahead and understand this entire thing. You don't need to learn the pesky commands of what is gcloud and gcloud initialize and all those things. And you can see that it is understanding this. See, what I've done was I have pre-installed this. Okay, this is something that I was creating on my free time. I was just trying to deploy it, and it has configured to that certain thing, and it has shown me that. If you're going for fresh, okay, I'll talk about this once again. Once you have installed the MCP server, once you have installed the MCP server for the cloud run, next what I want from you is to enable the authentication. Okay, I'll simply write, I'm just removing the previous authentication. Remove the previous gcloud authentication, as I need to authenticate with this. Okay. If you're going for the very first time, obviously it is not going to be integrated. It is not going to be executed. And I'm going to revoke the entire thing, and you will be reaching to a place like this. Okay. 1 second. It is just revoking the access, and this is something that I'm just doing for me because I've already installed this once. Okay. In the time being, for the people who are here for the very first time and they haven't installed this, you need to install gcloud CLI. Okay, download. If you go to this official documentation, you will see installing the Google Cloud CLI. Why exactly do we need to install this? Right? Why exactly do we need to do this? See, your MCP server is there. MCP server will help you directly connect with your MCP server will directly connect to your cloud run, but the authentication is something that it cannot do. So you need to install the Google Cloud CLI. How to do that? It will just I'll simply show you guide me, and you will be able to see that this is the page that we are on. Okay. Google Cloud CLI, get started. Okay. Google Cloud CLI install command. You can go to the command line prompt and you can do that here also. Otherwise, you can just simply directly install that. If you're Windows, you can simply write this, execution would be done directly. Otherwise, once you do that, so if I show you in the command line, you can use command line for this. Okay. In the command line, you can simply write this in the PowerShell, you can simply write this code. And once you do that, it will automatically start to do the installation. Once you have done that, if you simply write gcloud, you'll be able to see that, yeah, now the Google Cloud is authenticated for my certain system. Okay. There is another way. You can download that through the interface also. You just click on get started here. You need to just sign in here. Okay. And it will do the task for you. Okay. This is a section. Okay. I'll just copy paste this in the chats also. So if you go to this, you have Windows Linux, you have Windows Zip. You can go to the Windows installer. There are two ways. First way is that you can directly copy paste the entire code and paste that to your chats. Paste that to your command line. PowerShell, it will do the execution. Otherwise, you can just click on this Google Cloud installer. As in when you click on this, you will see the installation kit would be downloaded for you. Okay, it would be downloaded to you, and yeah, you can see that the downloading kit is here. Just simply run that application and it will install this entire thing. You can just click on next. You can simply click on I agree and it will start the installation. Since I have already installed this, I'll move ahead. Quickly to revisit, what we need to do is right now what I'm doing is I'm configuring my Cloud Run. In my anti-gravity, I need to install Cloud Run also. Okay, one second. What I'm doing is in my anti-gravity, I need to configure the Cloud Run. Okay, so I have the MCP server, I have installed everything. I definitely need to authenticate. Okay, I need to log in with the credentials. That is what I'm doing. So again, to reiterate, in the MCP server, I did install the Cloud Run. The Cloud Run is perfectly installed and it is working well. I just need to sign in with the email ID. Sign in with my email ID so that I can use the $5 token credit. Okay. If I ask it, can you check my Google uh, Cloud Run credits present? I'll simply write this. So do I need to give permission to screen reader mode? No, you don't need to. It is just simply checking the command line and it is checking that okay, if once you've installed the Google Cloud CLI, it will focus on the certain tool, it will use that and will try to authenticate. Okay. You can deploy in Versal also, but this process, once you have configured this, it will directly install that to your, it will do the execution directly. So you can see now it is starting to do the authentication. I'll simply click on run, no credential account. So you can see that authentication is not yet done. Can you see? Cloud Run, no authentication, no credential accounts, Google Cloud account. You haven't installed, you haven't updated, you haven't done anything. That is what it is saying. Okay. Simply, again, just to reiterate, right, you can see since right now it has done the MCP server, MCP server is configured. You just need to sign in. For signing in, you need to download Google CLI. Okay, Cloud Console CLI. So you need to install the Console CLI, Cloud Google Cloud CLI into your local system. I'm understanding. That's the reason I'm pausing for the timing so that you guys can also install that in the timing. You can get the video later. Don't worry. It is still installing. Don't worry. I'm waiting for you guys. Once you install the Google Cloud CLI, I have given the link. I'll share the link once again. So once you give this install this CLI, now inside the CLI, inside your local system, it has the option to prompt you so that it can ask which Google account to authenticate it with. Okay. MCP is connecting that directly with the MCP is directly connecting with the Cloud Run, but authentication is something that it cannot do. Authentication is something that it cannot do. So how do you authenticate it? You need to install this Cloud CLI locally to your system. And I've just shared the link. Once you click on that, install, it will install that for you. Once it does that, now it has the option to prompt. It has the option to give you a sign in option that can you sign in now? Can you do the authentication and all those things? Okay. Screen, yes, you can check that option. Everyone reading the chat is on YouTube, so yeah, you can rewatch definitely. Screen reader, yes, you can authenticate that. Yeah, you will be able to watch that. NPX error, most probably you haven't installed Node, so just pip install Node also. So you need CLI first before everything. Why don't we give steps rather than going from here and there? See, the idea is you can without CLI also you can directly go. Okay, even if without CLI, if you want, you can directly go, but that would make the process difficult. Why? Because then your MCP will not be working, and you will have to remember the pesky commands like gcloud init, gcloud do this, gcloud do that. Hence, the process that we are running through is first avail the credits, install anti-gravity. In the anti-gravity, install your application, log in with your Google ID. Then you need to check if your Google Cloud is running. In the agent, simply say that, can you configure this? It will say simply no, because the authentication is not present. You need to install Google CLI, Google Console CLI. Once it does, then now it can configure that. Okay. Once the console is ready, once the console is ready, you will be reaching to the certain platform. And once the console is ready, it will be able to do that thing. So what I'll say is, can you connect my project? What was the project name that you gave? Google Run Trials, right? So I'll just ask it that Google Run Trial, Google Run Trial for my cloud run. Simply, I'll say this. Now the MCP is working. I have the CLI installed. MCP will ask the cloud run. Since it is not authenticated, it will go back to the local system, local CLI. It will write a prompt so that I can connect my Google account. I'll simply click on this send option. You will see that is now focusing on the entire thing. Can I just check list and Google auth list? It will check that, okay, no credential accounts are present. Okay. Next, it will ask that, okay, probably because of the entire thing, because the authentication is not done, probably we need to authenticate. I cannot connect to your project or check the, because you still need to authenticate. Okay. Click here to authenticate it with Google Cloud. So I'll click on this certain tool and I will be redirected to this page. I'll simply click on Cloud Run. This is the choosing the Gmail ID. Continue. Allow. Okay, Cloud SDK is installed. Now you are authenticated with Google Cloud CLI. Installed CLI. Ask the agent manager to please configure that. It will do that to you. Provide you a link. Redirect you to this page. Click on agree, and that's it. You are authenticated. Okay. Check once again. So I did install that and I'm just asking it to re-authenticate that. Now is it able to see the cloud run or not? It will again check the project list. And if it is configured well, you will see project number, environment, everything, Google Run Trial, the project ID, everything mentioned. That means my authentication is working well. I will do that. I'll do that. No worries. And I'll just configure this. Click on run. It will set the configuration and everything will be done. I'll reiterate what I've done. Just give me a minute. Now it has updated that perfectly. Okay. I will just run this list and it is just doing the authentication. I'll reiterate as to what I've done up till now so that we can just be on the same page. You don't need to go for that certain section payment. Okay. I have successfully verified your authentication. Okay. Connected to your project Google Run Trials. I have also checked your cloud services. It turns out Google wasn't enabled, which means you currently have no cloud deployed here. Definitely, because we are just doing. Can you pick Google Cloud? Which option? Pick cloud project to use. So in the Jivika, whichever project you have assigned the billing ID, you can simply say that name. Okay. Now, what I was saying is, I'll just simply give you the prompt. This is the prompt that I used. Can you check my Google Cloud Run credits present? This is what I'm saying. and it will authenticate. It will understand that yeah, the Google Cloud Console is not working. Completed with authentication, great. Can we use Firebase? You can try, but I'm not using it for the time being. Again, to reiterate what I have done, I'll simply understand Excalibur. I'll simply give you an idea, a general idea. Yeah, I understand. I'll simply give you a simple idea. This is your anti-gravity. Okay. This is your anti-gravity. Right. This is your anti-gravity. Now, inside this anti-gravity, we're using this anti-gravity for what? We're using this anti-gravity so that we can authenticate or you can build the entire code with this, right? And you need to deploy this anti-gravity to a certain element. That would be your Cloud Run. Cloud Run is going to deploy this entire thing, right? So in the anti-gravity, yeah. First, I'm going to write the code, understand what you need to do, go to anti-gravity, understand what exactly needs to be built, and use Cloud Run for the deployment. In the anti-gravity, it has an option of directly going to Cloud Run. Okay, it can directly go to Cloud Run, but for that it will require an MCP server. This MCP server, what it will do is it will act as a connector. It will connect this and it will connect this. This is what the MCP server is doing. It will check the anti-gravity, it will check the Cloud Run, and it will authenticate, be the link between the two of them. Hence, it is known as a universal connector. Simple. Now, what is happening is this MCP server will work well. It can do everything, but it does not have the access to your local system, because in the local system, once it has the access, to your different web browsers like Chrome or Safari or Firefox, whatever browser you're using. You will ask me, why do they need the access to the browsers? They need the access to the browsers so that it can give a pop-up link that you can sign in Google through that. Okay. Again, to reiterate, anti-gravity needs Cloud Run to deploy. We need to authenticate them. So we're using an MCP connector so that it is getting connected with anti-gravity and Cloud Run. MCP is working well. Okay. It needs to also check that in the Cloud Run you have the credits that we just gave you. Okay. We just have the credits that we just gave you. So what it will do is we need to install CLI command, Google Cloud CLI, Google Cloud CLI. You need to install. Once you install that, it will be easily able to prompt out the things. It will be able to prompt on these websites and do the authentication. Once the authentication is done, now your CLI is integrated. You will have that session. Okay. Now the CLI is integrated. Great. Has everyone done up till this point? Has everyone done up till this point? Can you just let me know? Authentication was successful or Cloud Run was not accepting, just reclose it and reopen it. It will do that. Authentication is already done. The request to your anti-gravity is not given done. Okay, done. Can you just type yes or done in the chat so that I can understand? Anti-gravity is verifying. Great. Authenticated. What next? Great. Installed CLI. Agent terminated due to an error. Just rerun that with the app. So sometimes the request that you give overburden the system. So just rerun that. My anti-gravity is showing new version needs to be installed in the website. Okay, don't worry, you can install that, no worries. Yet the okay, agent terminated. Again, with there you can just simply just retry and then it will do that. Okay, great. Chalo. Now that you have authenticated with Google CLI and you've understood the entire working, there are certain things like context window, artifacts, and certain new things. Just I'll simply talk about that. Next, we need to go to the thinking stage. In the thinking stage, you need to understand what needs to be prompted now. So the execution, the final stage is prepared for us. We just need to do the thinking stage, build the vibe coded application, and deploy. Thinking stage, again, you can think of different things: retro games, interactive dashboard, productive, personal portfolio, custom playmaker, anything that you want, you can do that. Okay. You have different AI features that you can integrate. You can use Nano Banana for creating the images. You can analyze, you can generate speech, you're going to do the intelligence, transcribe, Google Maps, AI powered prompt, search data, fast API, everything you can do. Okay. The first thing that you need to do is, you need to provide a powerful prompt. Okay. I don't know if how many of you were there or not, but in that you need to understand that the prompt has a certain sections. You need to give it a role. Okay, like assume you are a data science architect or a developer architect, and you have the entire idea. Now, what is your goal? Your goal is to build a website uh, that has these technical features, that has all these things and things like that. Provide context. You can take reference from the example of H&M website and Zara website, and we want a certain idea. Does it require AI? Yes. Create a simple chatbot that can do the application in that. Create the why. That's it. So rather than saying, help me build an app to track my food and water intake, a better prompt is, you are an app builder who prioritize good experience. Create a web app that helps me track my food calorie and water intake. I plan to make this app daily to count my calories, track my water intake. It would be good to use AI to track my calories if I can provide pictures of my food. Create a skeuomorphic vibe. Use the attached mockup for inspiration. Okay, this is a powerful prompt that we need. Now, how many of you are bad in prompt? I am bad because I know. How many of you don't know how to write a good prompt? How many of you face problem in writing a good prompt? I am bad. Yeah. So I'll give you two tools to understand that. First is something known as your Max AI prompt enhancer. Okay. This is Max AI prompt enhancer. Again, this can be used for enhancing the prompt. Okay, I'll show you how. I'll simply say that uh, create a website for luxurious brand for clothing. Use AI for chatbot in it. Simple. Okay. I'll add one more feature. Add menu section or clothes section where the user can add certain items to their cart and do the payment. This is obviously not a good prompt, but I'll give that to the prompt enhancer. And you can see that it will understand and it will access and it will update the prompt. You can see, design a website for luxurious brand. The website should integrate an AI powered chatbot for custom assistant. It may also add a feature for discrete clothing section where the user can add the product. Okay. It is free or paid. It is absolutely free, but obviously there are certain limits to this that you cannot you cannot use a lot of codes for that. This is one thing. It will ask you for a few more things like, what is your target audience, what is your aesthetic, what is your chatbot functionality, what are the clothing section, what are the overall goals, what are the technical consideration, all these things. So that means what it is asking is that you just provide what is the target audience, what is the identification, what is the chatbot functionality, all these things. Just give it in the prompt, again run it, it will enhance the prompt. And upon doing multiple iterations of this, you will have a perfect prompt to do that. This is one way of using a dedicated prompt enhancer. Another way is you can use Gemini and ask it to give you the code for the entire thing. Like, uh, give me a prompt, and I'll just copy whatever prompt it mentioned here for I need tech stacks like for front end. I'll definitely can use front end HTML, CSS, JS, whatever you want. Next, Tailwind, whatever you want. For the back end, we will use Fast API. Okay, it's cool. Great. We'll use Fast API and Python. You can use Django, anything works, but Fast API will help you do the testing also. Fast API and sorry, right, Fast API and Python, and yeah, that would be it. Now we'll ask it to do the prompt. I haven't done anything in the prompt right now. So this is the technical architect. Okay, so it is designing the entire idea. The maximum prompt is act as a senior full stack developer, design a luxurious brand named uh, Aurelia. Okay, use a minimalistic HTML stack, create a landing page, product details, design the checkout page, implement these. So these are the endpoints that it has created. One is items, one is chat, one is shed, like the checkout. These are the different section it has added. This can be a prompt that you can use. Okay, this can be a prompt that you can use. Again, what we are doing right now, we are in the thinking stage of what prompt to use or what prompt to give to my anti-gravity so that we can start building the project. Okay, this is one prompt. Another hack for you is you can go to something known as 21st dev. Okay, and this is again a free website. You can see the different sections that it has, like what exactly do you want. Let's say if I want for a website, okay, if I search that, if I see the components, best of the week, well, you have different sections. What do you want, right? Like this is one of the things. If I open this up, you can see that this is a cool website. Okay, and you have the prompt to this entire thing. So if you just click on this copy prompt and just give to your LLM model, it can just take this. Okay. Okay. Next, what I can go with, I'll go to home section. What do I need to use? What do I need to do? You can check the different options. What do you want? Next.js integrator, agent component. You can simply say that I want a, uh, let's say, you can see that these are the active integrator. Let's say if I go with this is an interactive 3D, bring your UI to life. Malab, this can be acting as a the website's integration, and you can see that wherever the mouse follows, it will be able to follow this. You can use these websites also: scroll animation, AI component, buttons, testimonials. These different sections you can use for these components also. Okay, and you can simply copy the prompt and go ahead with that. But right now I'm going to go with this. I'll just enhance the prompt a bit more. I will say in this website, add a let's say about us section. But again, this is something that I'm thinking about us section and contact us section, and these are different. These are different websites that are connected. Again, I'm just simply using this. Right. Again, you can use create a dummy AI agent chatbot as well. And now give me the final prompt. In the anti-gravity push, what I have done is I just integrated the MCP server and I asked it to check my cloud run credits. It just did that. Okay, where was I? Right. So now you can see that the project title is this. The architecture is, you have a home page, you have a shop and checkout, you have about us, you have a contact us. This is the front end, this is the back end, this is the communication, this is the agent that just uses a dummy logic, right? And this is the entire idea. Okay. So give me the final prompt. I'll ask it to give me the final prompt and will tell you. So you are a senior full stack developer specialized in end-to-end e-commerce and fast API integration. This is the objective. What looks need to be, what is the back end, what is the front end, what is the technical constraints. Okay. So what I'll do now is I'll just simply take this. I'll simply copy this, and now I have a better prompt. I can go to the anti-gravity, open a new folder. Again, you can just go with any folder, and let's say I go with the folder as uh, let's say cloth brand test. Okay, I'll just open this folder up. Okay, and I'll give this certain prompt to it. Design a website. Okay, I haven't copied the prompt. I'll just copy this prompt once again. Copy, and I'll paste that here. Okay, so this is the entire working that I've told. If the deployment fails on GPC, we can deploy in Vercel. It won't fail. Don't worry about that. It will take care of all the constraints. We want you to deploy in GCP. So I'll give it the entire prompt. And since it works on a spec-based architecture, that means it will create the implementation task list first. Okay. It is analyzing what I need to ask, what I need to do. How did you use first dev for prompt enhancement? I haven't used. I did tell you about that question. In the 21st dev, if you want certain applications, like you want this in your website, you can simply click on this. Supposedly you find this interesting, Acme or something like that. You have an option to copy the prompt. Okay, and you can just give that prompt to the Gemini. You can directly give that to your anti-gravity, and you can build the same architecture. That's what I was mentioning. Okay, now you can see that this is the implementation plan. This is the Python, this is the code, this is the endpoints, and these are all the things. Okay, once we check this entire thing, once we read through this entire thing, if you want to make any changes, you can comment on that certain line. Else you can simply write, go ahead with the building stage. That's it. Prompt. Okay, I'll share you the prompt that I have used. Yeah, I'll share you the prompt. I'll share the prompt in the chats. This is the prompt that I've used. I think it has been provided into different sections because the entire thing is very huge. Okay, so yeah. Now it is creating the requirement.txt. It is understanding the code, and the best part is I don't need to do anything. It can automatically wipe code the entire website for me. If it finds any error, it will go through the authentication, it will understand what needs to be fixed, and it will do that. The best thing is I need to give a good prompt at the starting. That's it. So we want to make the project with you, and you are making or something else. You're making or something else. If you want, you can copy the same thing that I am doing. If you want, you can go ahead with a different architecture also. Totally up to you. But we want it to be deployed. Okay. How can we, I'll talk about the deployment also, don't worry. Okay. After the credit accepted, then you need to go for a prompt. Sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name. You need to go for a prompt that will design that. So I talked about 21st Dev. You can use that as a free application. You can use Max AI Prompt Enhancer, and then you can use Gemini. Obviously, integration of all the three will give you a good prompt. I'll just give that prompt to it, and it will start with the entire execution of the entire thing. You don't need to give an API key push. We can do that without it. Can I pick a topic on safety? You can go ahead with that. How to check the integration? Uh, Samya. So we have used the integrated, we have used the MCP, we have integrated all the things. You can simply ask in the anti-gravity agent that can you check the authentication or not? Is the Google Cloud authenticated or not? Simply write that. It will go to the authentication link. It will understand the entire ID. It will tell you that this is the one that we're using. It will simply tell that this is the project ID that we are using with the billing account and everything. Yeah, simply. Thank you, Harsh. Anyone who's facing problem with npx, that means Node is not installed. Okay, so you need to install Node. Yeah, yeah. Sorry for that. Right. So I got the credits, anti-gravity authenticated. Great. Then Sejal, we need to give a prompt, and that prompt anti-gravity is going to work on that. Always allow. It is checking with the entire thing. So if you see it, you can see that yeah, this is automatic. This is not me working. This is Google Cloud working. It is automatically checking each and every application. It is trying to check the authentication, how the authentication look like. It is going to check it. You can see the cursor. I'm not using the cursor, right? You can see it is checking with the proceed, checkout, and everything. And all this is done just because I gave it a better prompt. If I give more prompt in a better light, it will do that. The simple idea is that the better prompt you give, the better the execution would be. You can add more components later also, but you need to know what components need to be added, right? And you can see that it is trying everything on its own. It is checking the contact me, it is checking the cart, everything. And you can see the cute little this AI agent also. It is checking the contact section also. And again, I'm just putting my hands up so that you can see that this is not me doing anything. Rather, it is anti-gravity that is doing. See, anti-gravity has the option of multi-agentic system. It has an orchestrator that will take the orchestration layer will take different multiple agents. One is there to write the code. One is there to do the integration with the front end back end. One is there to just actually test the live testing. That's the thing. So if you go with Google or if you go with GitHub, different AI tools that you have, a cursor or things like that, they have the AI wrapper installed. And this is the agentic system being installed. That's a different two things. AI wrapper. First, we had VS Code, where you simply need to write the code. Next, you moved ahead to an AI wrapper, that was your cursor or your different websites that we have. Next, we move to these agentic system, which can code on their own. AI wrapper was helping you code. Like if you're coding something, you get stuck, you just ask it, it will help you that, okay, this is the fix or this is the fix. Then we move to this kind of platform where I will just accept all. Right. Will anti-gravity cost chat something for use? No, it's absolutely free. It's absolutely free, and the best part about this is that you can simply run it. Okay, and okay, so I think it has done the modification. It has built the website, but it is just configuring with the requirement.txt and all those things. Okay, and you can see that it is working. I think yeah. Just to be sure, I'll ask, is it done? And it will tell me the deployment link and everything. Completely done. The website is done. I can show you the contact page. Okay, works well. And you can see that yeah, this is the entire about checkout section main.py requirement.txt. If I want, I can ask it. I can even enhance my prompt. What is the prompt that I used? Prompt that I have used is this prompt. I will re-provide the prompt to you guys. This is the prompt that I'm giving. Okay. I'm just sharing the prompt with you guys. But just understand this that the prompt cannot be shared in one light, so it will be different to different sections. I just gave the prompt. I'll reshare the prompt once again. One second. Yeah. Okay. Okay. What I'll do is I'll give you a doc. In the doc, I will add that section. Don't worry. I'll give you a prompt. The prompt, I'll add that to the doc and I'll give you access to that so you can copy that. Don't worry. This is the prompt that I'm using. Okay. Prompt, save. Okay. I'm giving you the doc link. Okay. In this doc link, you can open up and you will be redirected to this prompt. You can understand what this prompt is. Great. So you can just copy paste this prompt and you can use this prompt everywhere. Okay. You can get listen later, no worries. How to fix if the Gemini quota is over? See, for prompt, if you're using, if you're asking me for the anti-gravity, you have different sections. So you have Gemini 3, Claude, Opus Mini, GPT. You can change the model section, obviously. If you're talking about the API LLM model, you can go with Max API prompt and answer and things like that. You can go with any other LLM model that will help. Yeah, you can build your project with your own idea. I just need a deployment. That's it. Now you can see that this front end, the back end, everything is created. The folder structure is not present. So I'll simply ask, uh, change the code files and add them in folders of front end and back end, and make the folder structure neat. Again, this is just an additional step. If you don't do that, even that would be okay, no issues with that. But just me being a developer, I just like that to be done in a certain manner, that you have the front end section, you know what is the front end requirement, what is the back end requirement. That is just for me. Okay. If you want, you can just simply go ahead with that also. I just created two folders, the front end and the back end, so that I know what needs to be done and what is integrated and all those things. Okay. Now it is saying run. I'll say run my website. Let's say. Okay. And it will tell me that it will run that on the console and it will provide me the link. You can see the port is running, everything it has done. This is the link. Okay. So I'll just copy this certain link and I'll paste that here. And you can see that, yeah, this is how the website looks like. So if I go scroll, you can see that this is how the website looks like. Discover the collection. You can see the different collections. You can see the brand story, what the brand story is all about. You can see the contact us page. You can see the cart, right? Obviously the cart is empty right now. If I go to the collection, I did ask it to fix that, so I'll click on add to prompt, add to cart. You can see it is added. I'll add this. You can see now this is also added. I'll add one more thing. You can see the total is also being working well. So this is how you do the manual testing, right? Obviously you have the AI model, so you can say hi and you can see that it is working well. Since it's a dummy thing right now, so it's just showing that. So Someone is asking for the doc link, so I'll share the doc link once again. It's not compulsory. See, what is compulsory is that you definitely create a website or a web app and deploy it somewhere, deploy it on the cloud run. These are the two parts which is completely essential. Okay. And I can see everything is working well in the cart section also. I have everything working well. I can proceed to checkout, and even it has the shipping information and all those things. Definitely, if I find something more, if I want to enhance this somehow, because this looks bit mild, right? Obviously, you have the options. You can say that the the front end of the website looks a bit dull. Can you add uh, can you add a good background picture to match the vibe of the website? I'll simply give it prompts. I'll simply give it prompts to enhance the entire structure. Okay. And this is something that you need to do. You can check the website, you can see what enhancements you can do. Definitely, this is the things that you need to do. Can someone share the doc link again? I did share the doc link once. And just it is just asking to just change certain things. Is anti-gravity compulsory? Anti-gravity, definitely using anti-gravity, you will be able to do the deployment easily. Otherwise, the cloud run, the G cloud command, that would be a little pesky for you. If I, Sarji, if I want to add the chatbot, can I make it real instead of dummy one using Grok API? You can go with it. You can go with it, Wahid. This is just the ideation stage that I am giving you. Totally, I'm leaving you to your creativity, but you need to submit a running file. Okay. Can you share the links that you have used to frame this prompt? I did use very simply. I did not go with any luxurious, ultra luxurious things. I simply used Gemini. Okay. I simply used Gemini to ask that. I used Max AI prompt enhancers. I'll give you those links. Don't worry. What I'll do one thing is I'll share these links in the doc itself. I'll add that to the doc itself. Mhm. Okay. Okay, one second. I'll give you the doc link. Okay, and here itself I'll add the certain links. Like this is Max AI prompt enhancer. Okay, this is 21st dev that I've used. I'll add those things, right? And I'll reshare it with you guys. And don't worry, guys, I will add this description, this prompt, this description would be added to the YouTube description. So it would be easy for you to find that. Okay. And using website, you need to specify a prompt. If you want, you can. Otherwise, anti-gravity takes care of that certain section. Don't worry about that. Okay. Now I've definitely done this changes. So again, I will just check the changes are live or not. You can see in the website now, brand contact us. It does need to be adding that. Added luxurious. Can you rerun the website with the updated changes? This is just the execution stage. So we write a prompt and then we add it to the anti-gravity to verify Verify how it is. Yes, that's correct. So you give a master prompt. In that master prompt, the entire website would be created. Then you give prompts just to enhance or give the tweaks or the test cases that you find. Okay, like you can see agent terminated due to error. This kind of error, because obviously it is uh, being used on a very heavy scale. That sometimes it does that. Okay, just showing you the things, and then finally we'll move to the deployment. Again, you can just see it is checking the entire thing once again. It will just make those changes and it will just reiterate and recheck that. Yes, you can submit this again. Don't worry about that. You can watch the video later also. Everything works. And you can see it is just trying to configure with all the things. Yeah, so we write a prompt and then we add it to anti-gravity and verify how it is. Yeah, that's correct, Samya. Samya. Can I use Firebase? You can use, but this is okay. What should I do with the file? I'll talk about that, Ankit. Right now, I'm just building the website. Once it is built, then I need to deploy that. The deployment will require the credits. Okay. You can see that it has made the changes, the cart and everything is working well. Now, finally, what I'll do is, if you feel that no more things need to be added here, no more things need to be added here, and you're good to go for deployment. So you will mention the things that use, I am using this website and want to deploy it on Google Cloud Run. Okay, make the changes in the code so that it is ready for deployment. Now, what it needs to do is it will create a Docker file. Okay, and the Docker file would in turn be used for the deployment. So once I ask that, it will understand that okay, it needs to create a Docker file. Okay, so what is the prompt that I said? I simply said that I'm using this website, I want to deploy it on the Cloud Run. Just writing that there. Make the changes. I'll just spin this. Put user and do I have an option? Like this is the prompt that I'm using. I'm using this website and I want to deploy it on Google Cloud Run. Make the changes so that the cloud, so that the code, so that it is ready for deployment. This is what I'm going to use. And once I use that, you can see that the Docker file is being shown. I'll just remove this prompt. You can see that the Docker file is being used. A Docker file is being created, right? And I'll accept all these changes. And hence you can see the Docker file is created from Python, what environment you're using, what work dir. Again, what was the Docker use? What is the use of Docker, guys? What is the use of Docker? Where exactly we're using Docker? Okay. See, Docker, what Docker will do is if you're creating an image or if you're creating a website, the website has certain requirements. This is the requirement.txt. It needs fast API, it needs unicorn, it needs Pydantic, it needs fast API and all those things, right? All these things are required here. Definitely for my system, probably it may work, but if I give the same code to you, you probably will not be able to run this code because it will say that the requirement is not present or the Python is not installed or this is not done. Rather, we create a working image. This image, if I give to any other system, they open this image already. It's like a virtual machine out there. Not exactly virtual machine, but I'm not giving the exact idea. So it will be able to open that certain thing without installing the requirements. That's how an image works. So I'll take this Cloud Run image and I'll put this on cloud. I'll take this Docker image and I'll put this on cloud. That's it. The deployment would be done. Yes. Sir, I have an idea, good image generation, but I don't have the API credit for to do. You can use different models. There are free models, Vedant, for doing that. Okay. Now I'll simply say deploy this on Cloud Run. And that's it. Since I have integrated the MCP, since I've done all the integration, everything, it will go to the cloud list. You can see that it will go to the cloud list. It is prioritizing that, configuring, setting the value, everything it needs to do. Otherwise, you need to remember these commands and go to uh, different websites, Stack Overflow, and things like that, where you get the code or ask LLM model, try to implement, get some bugs. It will do all these things for you. And now you can see it is deploying. The source is this, the camel world is this, the region is this, allow authentication, everything I have mentioned. And now it will take some time. This authentication will take some time because it will try to go to the web, it will try to integrate all those things. It will take some time. No, you don't need to use up all the $5 credit. I know the client division was put down, but upon the okay. So Caramel World something something. This is the authentication project name that I have. I'll just recheck with that. I'll just recheck with my certain section that is it correct or not. So if you go here, you go to the section. Okay. Okay. Cloud Run. Yeah. So this is your Google Cloud Run. This is your project name, and this is your project ID. That is Caramel World something something, right? And if I go back to my anti-gravity, what it is showing that integration is done, but just for confirmation, it needs to be deployed on this Caramel World, right? And Caramel World is the correct one that I mentioned. So I'll say yes. Go ahead with it. And make sure that my website is up all the time. See, what Cloud Run does is, it has an enabled option that whenever you're getting a traffic, then only it will run the website and it will show the deployment. But what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that the website is live all the time, even if you don't have any authentication, even if you don't have any traffic. Why would we do that? Just to see, I just want you to try this on your own and make the website up for all the time. Do it for one day, you will see how the credits get exhausted. And you'll understand that how much credit that certain website is taking. And this is how you will be able to exhaust the credits. If you want, you can later change it half take and just stop the execution, like instance based, right? And that's it. That's how you'll be able to exhaust the coupon. Again, right now it is doing all the things. It will doing the deployment, the front end, back end, every deployment is taken care of. Since I have configured the MCP server and I have configured the backend, it will be able to do all those authentication. Credits won't expire immediately. Okay, so credits, simple questions. Now, if you have any questions, you can ask me. For the time being, it is doing that. Credits would be exhausted 180 days later, so you have ample amount of time. You're given 2 days to build a certain project, and we'll talk about that later. And data analytics, can I make dashboard and chatbot to give answer for this certain graph? Yes, you can. YT2722. I just had a query. So doing this link, do we link the missing enhancements? Because what I see is that a complete website created. What if changes are introduced? So good question, Samya. If you have any changes that you're making, just let it know that okay, anti-gravity, make this change, make the website changes, and it will do the changes. You again need to mention that now again deploy or like share the second instance of that certain deployed website. Or you can say to anti-gravity that I just updated that website. Can you upload the same updations on my Cloud Run as well? So what it will do somehow is it will create another instance of Cloud Run version 2, and that version would be deployed. That's how it works. I hope that cleared your doubt. Uh, the prompt doc, I will share it with you in the description. I have just reshared it several times and it will be added to the video description. Can I use AI Studio for deployment instead of anti-gravity? AI Studio will not actually publish it. It will not use Cloud Run directly. Okay. If the credits are exhausted, how will you check? Okay. Now, the deployment encountered on cloud needs permission to access the code is uploaded. Approved. I'll simply give it the approval link so that it can work and deploy it on those certain things. And then I'll show you what would happen in the backend. You can go with a RAG-based chat approach. And you can see the Aurelia has been successfully deployed in Google Cloud Run. Permissions was resolved. The website is now configured all the time. Minimum instances. So this is the link. Before I open up the link, I'll show you that if you go to the dashboard section, right? If you go to the Cloud Run, here you can see the API is being hit. If you go to the Cloud Run, okay, go to the Cloud Run, you can see that this is the version that we have used, Auroville Fashion. Aurelia, I don't know what the name it has mentioned, right? So this is, you can see what it is working on. You can see what are the metrics, what are the requested latency, what is the end-to-end latency, all the thing. Right now it is not showing any data, don't worry, because it has just uploaded that website and no traffic is there. So what I'll do is, I'll go to anti-gravity, I'll copy this link and I'll run this certain link, and you can see now it is deployed on the cloud. Okay, so you can just click on that, click on add to cart, different add to cart, proceed to checkout. You can check the contactors. I'm just checking all the endpoints as to how they're working. Cart, right? Proceed to checkout, chatbot. Hi, I'm just checking all the features. Hey, right? And now, if you go back to the cloud run, just refresh it. You'll be able to see that the traffic was introduced to your live website. You'll be able to see that traffic will be integrated. Okay, it is taking some time, but you can see, yeah, the request count has increased, the latency break, everything is there. And just for you guys, I'll just give you this link also so you can try also this website, and it is deployed well. And as and when a lot of people start to use that, you will see the metric will be start to increase. Okay. And once you have done all these things, you definitely want to check the billing. So in the billing account, if you refresh that, you will be able to see that the credits are currently 100 because we just launched that certain website. It will take some time so that it will be able to access the entire thing. Okay. What about the website? Will it be in the cloud run or an actual URL? Then what the link exists? Can we publish the URL link? Yes, Samay, that's what I'm saying. This link that I gave you, this is deployed on web itself, right? This is deployed on web itself. So you can use this anywhere. Okay, you can use it anywhere. But now what is going to happen is I have made an instance so that I can exhaust my credits, that it needs to be up all the time. Okay, the services, you have an option. If you see the logs, these are the logs being used. If I see the triggers, you can add trigger, you can add source, you can check the revisions, different versions. So this is the revisions, that's what I'm showing you. See, so concurrency request timeout, this is the one, auto scaling is one. Okay, all these things, these are the different instances that I created. Now I think someone was asking, like, if I want to make any changes, you can see that revision is also there, so I can add the revision. I can go to the Google like anti-gravity, ask it to make some change, and again mention that okay, I've made some changes, can you deploy that on the cloud? Once you do that, you will see that another instance would be mentioned, like something one two, like that would be used, right? And that will make sure that my tokens are being consumed. One more thing, if you don't go with that certain option, that token, well, constant uptime of the certain website, what will happen is that your website will only be active once there is traffic. That means if a user comes in, the website would run, will shot up in the backend, it will run the website, and once a user is here, it can access that. Once it leaves, the website is again dormant. I have set the option that always up. Even if there's a traffic or not, it is going to be always up. Hey, again, you can use that to exhaust some credit, or you can just check how much credit is being exhausted on a certain day limit, so that you can understand that how heavy the website is. Okay. How do we use the $5 credit on the project? What if the credit limit gets over, then the link will be deleted or what? No. So once that is done, yeah, well, the website will not be opened. You will be able to see that the once the $5 is exhausted, it will show that the website is no longer available because the token or the billing is done. Okay. So this is how we have created an end-to-end project. And don't worry about this. I will add some screenshots here also. I will add some screenshots here of the certain things that I've done here in the doc section itself. And the doc will be installed, will be given to your requirement.txt in your description section of the YouTube video. Okay. Now, again, just to jump back as to what you guys need to do, what is your task, and how you're going to get the certificates and everything. You can again just, these are different sections. You can, I'm just showing you all the logs that it has. You can go with this section, what the section is all about, how to publish it, how to claim it, all the things would be there, and we'll give you this guide, don't worry. This is what I was talking about. Again, to just get the certificate, what you need to do is you need to reiterate three things. First, after 2 days, once this workshop is done, after 2 days, you will be given a form link. Okay, you will be given a form link. What do you need to do in the form link? You need to give us three things. First, this is the deployed link. No, not this one. Yeah, this is the website deployed link, right? I just want this deployed link copy. This needs to be added to the form. Another thing, I want you to take the screenshot of I want you to take the screenshot of this credits. Okay. After 2 days, make sure that the instance is running. You can just introduce traffic every day, run that, and you will see the some credits being exhausted here. So I want you to take a screenshot of this certain credits, displaying that your website was active and you were using that website, and hence that it was deployed on Cloud Run, right? So I want this screenshot. And third, we want you to display that you have actually done that, and we want you to post on LinkedIn. We want you to post on LinkedIn that whatever you have done, what website have you created, what have you learned from this certain session, how you have created the deployed link. The you can add the deployed link in the website itself. One second, where was I? Yeah. You can install, you can just add the URL so that the others can also try. You can tag Geeks for Geeks. You can add the hashtags like hashtag Google with GFG, hashtag anti-gravity, and you can tag Geeks for Geeks, you can tag Google, you can tag anyone, just these things. Once you post that on LinkedIn, we want the LinkedIn link. So in the form, we want three things. First, the deployed app link. Second, the screenshot of the credit consumption. Third, LinkedIn post uh, URL. Once you do all these things, you're done. That's it. Once you do provide us with all these three things, we are good to go, and we'll provide you with the certificate and the batches. Okay. Quickly, someone is asking, sir, can you give me your LinkedIn ID? Sure. One second. What I'll do is, one second. In the time being, if you have any doubts, you can simply ask me those doubts, and I'll try to resolve them as much as possible before we wrap up this certain session. And definitely, you can tag and connect Geeks for Geeks, you can tag me, you can connect with me, and I've given you this my LinkedIn ID. So yeah. Can you share the anti-gravity handle book? I will share that anti-gravity handle book. I'll add the link to this section in the prompt, uh, in the uh, in the Google Doc itself. Okay. I'll add the screenshots that are necessary. I will add the doc workshop and everything there. Okay, the prompt and everything. Give us the link of the website so we can see how many users visit to execute the credit link in the video. Done. I will share it. No worries. I did share it once again, but okay. This is the HTML page. This is the website that I've just used. You can just check it out. How will the team be able to see our website if the credit would be reduced to 0%? Don't worry. See, not exactly, not like in 2 days it will be completely exhausted. Don't worry about that. If you want, you can install the uptime. You can just install, make the uptime not to be active all the time. Just keep on running so that we can see that some credits are being used, so that we can understand that yeah, you have deployed it on Google Cloud and the credits are being used. Just that we need. So if you want, you can just give us the link. Okay, some exhausted credits that you've used and the LinkedIn post. That's it. That's all that we want. Okay. Learned so many things. Thank you so much, sir. Great. Thank you, guys. Definitely, it was great. Someone is saying, can you share your LinkedIn ID once again? Don't worry, I will share it. Okay. One second, guys. Sorry so much. Yeah. Keep posting your doubts. I'll try to tackle as much as possible. And I know if you are a complete beginner or you are a non-technical person, some of you may had a little bit of understanding gap, or you were probably not able to understand all the things. But I want you to revisit this entire video of what we have done today and try to understand what needs to be done. Given I'm giving you the prompt, I'll give you the doc, I'll give you everything. Okay, and this will be added to the description section of the certain YouTube. I'll give you the everything that I have done, some added screenshots and everything, so that you can just cross check with those things. I see the website user gives info where the info go. You can add the backend for that also. Again, you have to buy the credits to use this anti-gravity, or you can buy the plan to use this. You don't need to go for anything Black Foxy, V3 Black Foxy. You can just directly use the credit links that we gave, so you'll be credited with $5. Doc link, I will share the doc link once again. I did share it multiple times. Don't worry, I'll just do it once again. Just need to check where I have pasted that. Where is the doc? This is the doc. Yeah, this is the link. I'll share the link once again in the chats. Okay. What to do if deployment fails? Obviously, the deployment is not going to directly fail. You must have done some problem. Common errors is probably the authentication is not done. So you just need to open the authentication well. You just need to simply ask it that the authentication is not working. Can you fix that? It will take care of that. I have built an app only using anti-gravity, Gemini, Firebase, MongoDB, at Atlas, but haven't deployed it yet. Can I use it? You can go with it. Adil, you can go with it. It gives the HTML file to open the application center. It doesn't give an HTTP link of the local. So it's not local. So it's not a local host that we're deploying it. We are actually deploying it on the Cloud Run. The Cloud Run uses .html to do the deployment. If you want, you can configure it. You can make some changes to your prompt so that it does not directly go with an HTML. Rather, you can go PHP and any other technology so that it looks more premium or HTTPS. How do we configure CLI and anti-gravity? Configure CLI and anti-gravity. You don't need to configure the CLI. You just simply need to open up the CLI you have installed. Simply, it will pop up directly with like login with your Gmail ID and things like that. Once you click on that, login with the Gmail ID, it will be authenticated. It will be done. That's it. Your MCP is working. Your CLI is working. You just simply write that now. Can you check if it's working or not? Your Google anti-gravity, it will be able to do that. What if our credits expire? It won't expire, don't worry. Will the credits auto consume or do I need to do setup in the projects? Definitely, once you have deployed the certain website, some I want you to just revisit the endpoints like hash contact and different things. You can just check it out, and so that you can see that there's some traffic involved. More the traffic, you will be able to understand how much token it is being consuming. Like your website is how heavy it is, how much token it is exhausting. That is what I want you to check. So probably you can make one day the website to be live all the time. Next day, check how much token was consumed. If it is huge, you can just stop. You can just make change, revert back. That only when the user is there, then only live the website. It will just exhaust like point 0.001 for the entire day if no user is there, or probably 0.002 or 0.001, 0.009 the maximum that it can consume for a huge traffic. That's how it will exhaust. It does not take like $5 just for if one user comes in. No, it will not be like that. The tokens are very limited. Otherwise, if you think the big companies, they would go bankrupt and just deploying the website. So that means you can deploy our portfolio. Yes, you can go with it. Learned so many things. Thank you so much. So learned the portfolio website. Can we do different projects? You can go with different projects. Yesterday I deployed the anti-gravity, but Docker file was not created, but the project deployed successfully in Google Cloud. Is there a reason? See, using Docker file is a much more better manner. If you want to make any revisions to your code, the Docker file will act as an extension between the two of them. Hence we use this. Okay. Okay, distribution credits used by the TK. Can you share all? I will share the part. We have to build the credits using this anti-gravity. Though you will have to use the anti-gravity. Okay. Okay. LinkedIn post case. LinkedIn post what? Can we post on LinkedIn after deployment? Yes, you can post, Neha. What is the problem statement, and do we need to build? There's no such thing that you need to build a full stack website. Any website that you want to deploy, you just knew what how to deploy that certain thing, and you can just simply do that. How to select a tech stack? That totally depends. That totally depends on what are your requirements and things like that. What is the topic for the project? Vibe coding using anti-gravity and deployment using Google Cloud. Cloud Run. What will I do if the anti-gravity token limit is reached? If the token limit is reached, you have different agents. One is Cloud Opus, if I show you. So you have different 3 to 5 you have. Obviously, these will be little expensive because these are the thinking models, and you will be receiving a bit less credits. But you have Flash and all these things, so don't worry. It will not be exhausted, and even if it exhausted, it will be reverted next day, and you have 2 days. So, sir, there is anti-gravity will take my job, software engineer. How will I get PDF? That's why. And how will I get PDF? That why we go through it. I'll share the PDF in the description itself of the certain YouTube video. And is it mandatory to post a link to get? Sorry, yeah, Himanshi, it is mandatory to do that. Where do I have to say submit my website? After 2 days, again, just to revert of what I talked about, and just to reach towards the end of the session. Right. Again, just to final reiterate, what you need to submit me to it, 3 things. First is the project link. This is the active link that just we deployed. Second thing, I want the screenshot of the credits. Third thing, I want you to post on LinkedIn. Tag Geeks for Geeks. You can tag me if you want. You can tag Google, and you can give the deployment link, whatever you want to post, that what you have learned, whatever you have done. You can use some hashtags like Google with GFG, anti-gravity, and all those things, and just deploy that. Okay, just post a post on LinkedIn. Take the link of the post and the form that will be displayed to you. After 2 days, we'll give you the form. In that form, you need to fill 3 things. First, again, simply your deployed project link, second screenshot, and third your LinkedIn post. That's it, and we'll provide you. Okay. So can you provide me with your LinkedIn ID? Finally, I'll do this, and with this, we will have reached towards the end. You can. Will AI take my job then? See, AI is not exactly going to take your job. AI is going to help you in your job. So the better orchestration, the better architecture you know, the better your job is going to be safe. Okay? You can go, you can build. Okay. There is no reward. This is not a competition. Rather, it's an individual project. Okay. I will share the PPT. I will add the PPT link in the prompt doc itself. You don't need to install Docker, you just mention it and it will do that. No, the entire credits will not be deployed. Thank you, Hirsch. Learned a lot. Thank you, thank you. I hope you guys learned a lot. Can I use Gemini Pro? If you have the Pro subscription, definitely go for it. Can we? How many projects can we make in this given? You can install. You can make as many projects as you want. Just make sure that all of them, if they're uptime, the credit consumption token would be high. Okay. PDF. PDF would be added in the description section of this YouTube video. So you guys have the YouTube video in the description itself. We will add, and I'll see if we can mail out the doc link also. Just ask Shruti, just ask it to the chatbot. Definitely, you need to go for an API then, a payment gateway API you need to do, and that would be done. Okay. Submission link will be given to you 2 days after in your mail itself. Okay. Okay. Chalo. Uh, LinkedIn, I did give my LinkedIn, so no worries. I'll give my LinkedIn and I'll give the prompt doc once again. And later I will just show that in my, I'll just post those things in the description section also so that you guys can avail that. Okay. Chalo, with this, let's wrap up the session. I hope you guys learned a lot of things today. And I'm hoping that you guys are going to do the submissions and all those things. Again, just to finally reiterate, it's not compulsory that you make the exact things that I do. If you want, you can go with your own assumptions. Okay. If you want to make any certain changes, you can make. If you want to follow the same thing that I have learned, you can go with that also. Okay, totally up to you. We just want you to deploy it on Google Cloud and avail the entire thing. Okay. Chalo. Okay. With this, we have reached towards the end of the session. Thank you guys so much and for being such a great audience. Definitely, we learned a lot of things, and I hope you guys also enjoyed the sessions. So, stay tuned for more such sessions, and I will see you in the next one. Okay? Bye bye, guys. Bye.